Okay, guys, looky here, man. We got it all done. The fender's all tightened down. I welded all the little nuts in back of the fender. I cleaned the fender up. All the fasteners have Loctite on them, and it's done. So that project is completed. Button head screws, they look a lot better with button head screws inside there. I'm talking about here, guys. So that's completed. I want to show you guys something else I'm working on. You guys know that I don't like to buy store-bought stuff, because when you're going to a biker meet, biker show, biker party, whatever, if you buy something off eBay or Amazon, another biker comes up and says, "Oh, I seen those on eBay. You got that off of eBay, didn't you?" That's why I like to always have something different, no matter how hard it is to make. That's right. And as a result, I'm going to let you see what I did. I'm making a custom gas cap, guys. That's mounted temporarily because that's going to be bolted on to the guts of the old gas cap. But it's going to sit like that. We got fingerprints on there. We got to give that one final polish. And because I want to be mirror. I want to be like a mirror. So there's still some scratches in there. I'm going to go over this with 10,000 and then I'm going to buff it again. But I'll tell you, that was a real mother make, man. That was a mother make. But that's how it's going to sit. And I'll go to the hardware store today. I'll get 4 button head screws. I should be able to finish that today. Let me show you how that's mounted. All right, what I had to do was, this is the remnants of the old gas cap. What I had to do is this bottom part here comes off. Matter of fact, I'll get it off for you guys. There's a little Allen head drive screw in here. Now this is how mine is. All gas caps on these big dogs may not be like that, but this is how mine is. Then there's this little stopper in here. This little stopper, it comes off real easy. So if you do this, watch, you're gonna lose that. So this is the remnants of the old gas cap. What I did was I cut the edge off and I sanded the edge. I polished the edge because the edge is going to show. So the cover is basically, it's going to bolt right on top of that. My bolts will come out down here, and I might have to sand down my bolts because once this is the seal, and this is the threads here. This is a seal I made out of some rawhide. So once that sits in here, what I'm going to probably have to do is I'm probably going to have to mill the little areas where the bolts sit, because the bolts are going to have to sit inside here for this to get a proper seal. So that's probably what we're going to have to do. You can see where the seal here is. See that little ridge there? That's the vent for the tank. See where that little, I don't know if you guys can make out that little, where the, it's really hard to see in here, guys. Okay, yeah, you can see. I don't even know where the hell I'm pointing. Trying to get the light on it. Anyway, I don't know if you guys can make it out, but where that little groove is, that comes out here, and that's how my tank breathes. So when I make my holes in here, the bolts are going to have to sit in this plastic. So I'm going to have to definitely make like little cavities for the bolts. And I might have to sand the bolts down. Maybe I won't have to. I'm not going to really get big bolts for this. Maybe they're going to be, they have to be at least a ½ inch long. So I'll see what I can find at the hardware store, but I need 4 of them. These ones here, the ones I got for the front fender, they're way too big. But that's what I had to do, guys. I had to mill out the old edge. I rounded it out. And this is going to show this had been polished. And it's going to be nice once it's done. I think I like the look of it, you know. It's definitely different. It's definitely one of a kind. No one else has it. So, be good. And I'll show you the completed project. Alright guys, it's all done. I had to re-vent the gas cap because I covered up the original vent location in the gas cap, so I had to cut another little, like a little vent gully and drill another hole. So it's definitely vented now. I think I got to polish her just a little bit more. I got to polish it with a fine terry cloth towel. We'll get all this stuff here out of it. Believe it or not, when you polish these with a rough towel, it scratches the aluminum. That's what I did. I polished it with that towel over there on the vise, and I must have scratched up a little bit. So we'll go over this. We'll go over that again with a fine towel, and that should do it. Well, you see we put button head screws in here. Got the button heads. It was a mother and mate, guys, I'll tell you. You don't have patience, man, don't try nothing like that. So these are sharp. They're very sharp. And I positioned this so then when it's tightened, it's sitting symmetrical. And I also got the button head screws for down here too. See, we got those. These are 1024. That's what those threads are on the swing arm. They're 1024 button head screws. See, we got that pretty shiny there. See how nice and shiny that is? Got that one there the same way. I'm going to try to get the gas cap looking like that too. We're going to try to get that the same way. I might have to put that back on a buffing wheel. And we'll buffer out a little bit more, guys. Okay, guys, that's about it, man. I am beat. I've been doing this, believe it or not. I've been working on this gas cap since I woke up at probably about 9 o'clock last night. I made a cup of coffee. I came down here at about 9:30, and right now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Less time to go. I went to the hardware store to get my button head screws, and I went to the pharmacy to get meds from my old lady, and sit down and eating. You know, so it probably took me about 12 hours, maybe even 14 or 15 hours to make that gas cap cover. So It's definitely different, and that's what I want, guys, because I like to be different, man. I don't like to buy stuff that someone else has, or someone got off of eBay. Someone got her off of eBay, and I'll get it off eBay. I don't. If I'm going to replace something, if I can't make it with my own hands, I'm not replacing it.